All right, I'm on my way to work at the moment. Finished getting ready, uh, cleaning up, doing all that jazz. Had a decent morning. I was able to journal and, edit, relax, and then I got ready. Now we're on our way to work. So at the moment, I right now I am 20 years old. I've had my current car for I want to say about 2, maybe close to 3 years now. I've had this car since I was about 18, so and I'm about to turn 21 in a few months. So I'd say close to 3 years I've had this car. Um, I absolutely love this car. I have a Volvo S60. It's a 2012 model. It is. I love it. I love the way it drives. I love the amenities. It has heated seats. Has everything that I really want in a car. And if I had it my way, I would have this car for however long I could. But it does have over 200,000 miles on it. And Volvos can usually go up to 300,000 miles. So it's not like I have to get rid of this car. But this car has always kind of had issues, whether it's been transmission issues or control arms. I had to get basically the whole undercarriage replaced. Like I've had I've sunk so much money into this car to get it fixed again and again. And although I love this car, I know that realistically, with how many issues it has, it's not going to last me that much longer. Maybe if I can, it's in it. Maybe if I could, prolong it, I could make it last for another year or so. But lately, I've been saving up money, trying to get a new car. I have close to 3,000 saved up right now, um, which isn't a lot, but it's a start. I can at least put a down payment on a car if I need to do a car payment if this one were to suddenly break down on me. But I would like to save up and get a newer car. Um, doesn't have to be anything crazy. A car that's worth 11,000 maybe is more than enough for me. That amount of money should get me a decent car that's reliable and something that won't break down. But I'm just kind of curious, like, is there anybody else out there who is in a similar situation? But I'm kind of curious. Maybe just comment in the comments below, like, hey, this car would be great. I know this car runs really well. Or even if somebody's just in a similar situation, you know, sometimes when when you're younger, when you're in your 20s, again, I'm only 20, about to be 21, so I'm kind of starting out brand new on this, you know, 20s era. But, you know, I'm just curious to see how many other people are, in a similar situation to me who, is looking for new cars or even just in general, just trying to save money. Saving money, especially in today's day and age, is so difficult. And I feel like people kind of expect you, especially older generation, kind of expect you to, figure it out your own way. Like, why aren't you saving money? Why aren't you, you should be doing this and this. And, that's okay, especially if they're just doing it as, hey, this is something that you should be doing. Take it from me, someone who's been in a similar situation. I will always accept that any day of the week. But I know that there's some people out there that are like, well, why can't these young people, save their money? Why it's not so hard in today's day and age? And it truthfully it is. It's very hard. Even my own family will admit to that, saying that places nowadays, if you want a decent place that's not in a bad neighborhood or a place that's not going to be, you know, crappy or run down, just for yourself, like even if it's just a one bedroom, you'll be hard pressed to find anything less than 18, 19, $2,000, 1,800, 1,900, $2,000, and it's just that's unrealistic for a single person, you know. So it is very difficult in today's day and age with everything being so expensive, not just the gas prices, but groceries, um, living. The cost of living is insane. Cars nowadays are just getting more and more expensive, and they're not really that well made, so they break down even faster. And you're always having to sink money into these cars, and just to fund your life, it is expensive. And me personally, I haven't had to deal with a whole lot of it other than, car situations, insurance, gas, things like that. I, I thankfully still live with my parents, so I don't have to deal with, rent or, you know, cost of living. But it's still something that I see a lot of people my age or just a little bit older than me having to deal with. Like, most people nowadays aren't moving out until they're 24, 25, 26 because it's so incredibly difficult to find, places to live that aren't going to just eat up your whole check every single month. You know what I mean? Not only that, but you're gonna have to buy groceries, amenities, everything that comes with living in a household is expensive. So I'm kind of just curious, how many people are in similar situations and, you know, what people have done to kind of help others, you know, figure it out, or, what somebody has done to what someone's done to kind of get into a good financial situation in today's day and age that is around my age, 20 to 25, 26. You know what I mean? I don't plan on moving out anytime soon, but I'm kind of just curious. I'm only 20, about to be 21. What's something that I should be doing to kind of push myself in the right direction to then be able to do that when I'm, 23, 24, around that age? I'm just kind of curious on what people say. So comment that below. Okay, so we are back home. As you can tell, still daytime out because it's tomorrow. The last clip you saw was from yesterday. Yeah, I got tired from work. I didn't want to film after. I'm gonna be honest. Today is Easter Sunday. We have work today. I saw my family before work. I have to get ready to leave in the next 15 to 20 minutes. So I wanted to just film a quick little section here. I had a topic that I wanted to discuss. Um, and it's going to be a little corny, so just forewarning. But it's about laziness. I have a very mixed relationship with laziness and putting things off, procrastination, things like that. I've always kind of had that quality. I've always procrastinated with a lot of things throughout my life. It's not until recently, within the last year or so, that I've kind of gotten over that and realized how much better my life would be without that aspect of it. Even though when you are being lazy or you are procrastinating things or just not doing anything, in the moment it feels amazing. Well, not amazing, but it feels good because you're not doing anything. You get to relax, kind of just go at your own pace. I know the feeling. It's addicting, and a lot of people deal with it, which is why I wanted to make a video about it. Um, Next video's topic will be about anxiety, so stay tuned for that. But I'm going to talk to you about laziness right now. If you want to be the person you hope to become, you have to be present and productive. Cultivate your hunger. Your passion needs to motivate you in order to push past being lazy. Control your passion and use it to navigate your life. Motivation can help you get out of that place that you're stuck in, but motivation only comes in waves. There will be days you want to give up, days you'll hide yourself away and lock yourself into darkness. You'll think that if you don't try, you won't fail. What if you don't fail? What if instead you actually succeed in your goal? You'll never know or achieve that if you don't try, if you don't work at it. If all you do is lock yourself away, you will never know if you can succeed. The harder you work towards your goal, the higher a chance that you'll succeed. So don't leave it up to chance. Take hold of it, put in the work, and you'll succeed. Don't believe in motivation, believe in discipline. I'm going to steal a quote from an anime called The Full Metal Alchemist. The quote goes like this: "Sacrifices are necessary. You can't gain anything without losing something first. Although, if you can endure that pain and walk away from it, you'll find that you now have a strong enough heart to overcome any obstacle." The thing I'll say to exit out this section of the video is that sometimes people don't start because they're scared of what people will say. If somebody judges you for trying to do better by yourself, or tells you that you will fail at what you're trying to achieve, do it anyway. That's going to be about it for today's video. Um, it's not much, I know, but I promise you, I'm working on a new schedule, a new filming schedule. So I'm hoping that next video and after that is a lot better. Um, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Um, but again, like I said earlier, my next video is about anxiety, and I have a pretty good topic to talk about. So stay tuned, like and subscribe.